What's good, y'all? Michael here today for another video. Before we begin, please go subscribe to my channel, leave a like. Now let's get into my predictions for the Monday night matchup. Alright, this was recorded a day before, so don't act like I know you don't care about that, so this was recorded a day before, so let's get into this matchup. Alright. Now we look at our opponents, the Minnesota Vikings, who've been on a pretty impressive 2-game winning streak lately. Not only did they beat the Packers at home in away game, they have also beat They have also beat the Detroit Lions. Okay, so we're going to do the who have you beat? What is the Minnesota Vikings signature win? So if we look at their wins, one of them was against the Houston Texans, who they should like. You never know what would have happened if Will Fuller hold on to that ball. You never know what would have happened. So either way, look. Houston's a bad team. I don't care what you're saying. And Deshaun Watson has regressed lately. All right, I don't care what you say. I taking my victory lap when I said Deshaun Watson was going to fall on his face. So then he beats the Packers in Lambeau Field. Okay, It's fair. We can say that's the signature win. But my whole thing with Green Bay is it's the same thing I'm asking about the Vikings. Who have you beat? What is the Packers' signature win? We all know the Packers' defense sucks. We all know their run defense is pure garbage. I don't care if they activated Kirksey. He's going to get hurt again. And I don't care. Like, if you think Kirksey is just going to stop the run, you're wrong. But I'm just going to, this ain't about that. This is about the Minnesota Vikings. Then they face the Detroit Lions, who I said before are not very impressive. They should have only 2 wins because of Todd Gurley accidentally scoring a touchdown. Like, they're lucky because the Falcons are not considered trash at this point. They're just the Falcons. They're just the Falcons at this point. Like, once you have a losing record, folks, you just find ways to lose. It just can't be explained. Like, once you have a losing record, you just find ways to lose. Like, look at the Bungles, who have been a cursed franchise for like most of the decade. If you look at week 1 of that 26-yard chip shot, I think it was. Either way, it was a chip shot field goal, and it pushed it wide to the left. Man, and like, I was shocked he missed that field goal, but certain franchises are just cursed. That's why the Atlanta Falcons just find ways to lose. Why do you think they were watching the ball on the onside kick? Why do you think they blew a 16-point lead to Nick Foles? Why do you think Matt Ryan choked against the Packers in Lambeau Field? Once you have a losing record, you just find ways to lose, okay? Dan Quinn and the GM will have already been fired, so pretty much it would take a miracle for Atlanta to get back into the playoffs at this point. Which leads me to the question about the Vikings is, look, at the end of the day, the Bears' run defense has improved since Roy Robinson Harris has been hurt, and we have a very good, solid run stopper who is Mario Edwards that can stop the run. We were able to shut down Derrick Henry, who is normally the greatest running back in the NFL right now. So if we look at the Vikings offense doesn't wow you. Like, they don't have any dynamic weapons. Yeah, I know Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson's a rookie. You really do not know what you're going to get out of Justin Jefferson. Okay, I know But at the end of the day, he's probably not getting. He's going to survive what's about to happen to the Vikings. I'm telling you, man, the Vikings are rebuilding. They're going to trade away Adam Thielen. They're going to trade away Kyle Rudolph. They're going to trade away Kirk Cousins. They're going to trade away possibly Dalvin Cook. Because this is what happens when you have a losing record. You just trade away players to get higher picks. Why do you think the Dolphins look good? Because they traded away all their star players to get first rounders. Why do you think they look good now? You see what I'm saying? But let's get to injuries. Okay, David Montgomery has been ruled out, folks. David Montgomery is only going to hurt your fantasy team. It's not going to hurt the Bears because you want to know why it's not going to hurt the Bears, because Montgomery doesn't contribute to the Bears offense. We don't have a good run game. Ever since we drafted Montgomery, have we been to the playoffs? No. So I think our offense will be looking better because hopefully we activate Lamar Miller. Maybe get Cordell Patterson, maybe Artavius Pierce, maybe Ryan Nall, but maybe. And here's also a key thing to know: Bill Lazor is calling plays now for the Chicago Bears. Matt Nagy has officially given up play calling duties to Bill Lazor. So keep in mind the Bill Lazor has some success in the running game. He's not really an elite coach. He's probably only elite year was 2013 when Nick Foles had that MVP season. So I just look at it. Look at it from possible standards. Just like, okay, you may not be shit, but you'll be something. So pretty much what I'm saying is, you're not amazing. You're just okay. Could you imagine the only dynamic duo on the Bears would be the Kansas City Chiefs offense and the Chicago Bears defense? Could you imagine those two combined with Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Sammy Watkins? Like, imagine those weapons and a good offensive line and a brilliant play caller. That team would statistically go 16-0 without. I don't have it down in my mind they would go 16-0. Just how explosive the Kansas City Chiefs offense does from the kickoff to the end, and how much the Bears defense does. My whole thing with the defense is you don't get enough turnovers. That's my whole thing with the defense, but they're still pretty good. There's who has the best defense in the division? The Bears. It's not the Packers, because even if Christian Kirksey plays tomorrow, he's not going to fix the run defense, okay? I hate to break it to you, but they should have kept Blake Martinez, but that's fine. Some Packers fans are going to learn the hard way how injury prone Kirksey is. All right, we don't care. Like, I really do not care. Like, Kirksey don't scare me, but saying about that. But for the Vikings, C.J. Ham is doubtful to play. So pretty much not really too much of anything to be concerned about on the Vikings. Nothing really. Allen Robinson is questionable, but I think he's going to play. Cole Kmet's going to play. Our lineman, Sam Mulsifer, is doubtful to play. So I'm pretty sure he's going to play. Jason Springs is also questionable, but he's probably going to play as well. Cody Whitehair is still on the COVID list, so I'm pretty sure he's going to get activated either today or tomorrow. Like, I don't know how the COVID thing works in the NFL. I think you have to you can't return until you have a negative test, or you have to self quarantine for 14 days. I don't know how it works, but that's my whole thing. Like, So pretty much the Bears don't really have any key injuries other than Montgomery, which, folks, at the end of the day, Montgomery doesn't contribute to the Bears offense. Ever since we drafted Montgomery, yeah, he's had some plays here and there, but at the end of the day, he doesn't contribute to the offense. Like, he doesn't have the firepower. Like, yeah, we've seen those plays here and there, but it would make sense if we ran the ball more. But maybe we can. Bill Lazar has proven to have pretty solid run games before, but you gotta go what you have now, they say. Now, let me get to my score prediction. All right, Nick Foles has beaten this Vikings team before, and he was on the Philadelphia Eagles. Credit. He scored 31 points. I know it says 38, but there was a pick six that game, so I have to look at it from an offensive standpoint. He has scored 31 points against the Vikings. I know it says 38, but there was a pick six that game. All right. He doesn't get enough credit for playing defense, okay? All right, and Kirk Cousins turns into, you know what his Monday Night Football record is, like 0-9. He's 0-9 on Monday Night Football. So pretty much that tells you Kirk Cousins doesn't do good on Mondays. So pretty much, if you look at it from a possible standard, the Bears have an advantage in this because they they played Kirk Cousins on a Monday, which we know Kirk Cousins sucks on Mondays. So we know that. I know you don't think we're shit like the Vikings. You do realize your offense is Dalvin Cook, right? Cook is their entire offense. Like Kirk Cousins is the second quarterback to lead the league in interceptions. So, and he has struggled against this defense before. So has Dalvin Cook. Like, I think Dalvin Cook had 30 yards last game. He played in Soldier Field. Like, someone gonna remind me of that in the comment section. But folks, Vikings fans. Nothing personal, man. Hey, man. I talk with a lot of Vikings fans on Instagram. There's only one guy I don't respect, and that's Sam Olsen. But that's just that, you know. He can do whatever. Like he can just screw off. I can't say like, you know, because that will send the police to my house, but that's just that. But I don't see you winning. Like at the end of the day, no matter how bad the Bears offense is, they had ways to beat the Vikings for the past 2 years. Like no matter how bad the offense is, they always find a way to win. Okay. Even in week 17 versus the Vikings backups, we were still able to win that game. All right. No matter how bad the Bears offense is, they always find ways to win against the Vikings. And the Vikings defense really hasn't been pretty much productive. You know, they're terrible at passing and running. So this defense is pretty much garbage. Garbage. So if I'm looking at it from a possible standard, all right, their defense is great, but nothing. Look, folks, nothing is impossible if you're a defense and you're facing the Bears offense. Okay, they don't have any pass rushers. I think they traded away they traded away Yannick Ngakoue, and Daniil Hunter is on IR. Then they have really no pass rushers. I think there's only like one pass rusher, but they really have no one to get to the quarterback. But folks, this is the Bears offense we're talking about. Okay, so nothing will come easy for us. Okay, we are terrible on the offensive line. Like That's kind of the reason we don't have a run game now, and we're terrible at passing the ball. But hopefully, with this new play caller, it will shed a spark. Folks, all the Bears need is an average offense. If the Bears had an average offense, they would be top of the league right now. Like, folks, the defense can be elite, but you can't have a shitty offense. But that's how it works in the NFL now. You know, David Montgomery's not Walter Payton, and where it was easy, where you could just hand the ball off to him 20 times a game and he'll do something special. Montgomery's not special. Maybe Lamar Miller could do something, but at the end of the day, folks, you have to look at it from the facts. The Bears have no run game. They only have a passing game, which leads me to this one question is this is probably going to be Nick Foles' biggest game of his life because we all know the Vikings defense is pure garbage. Like I said, they got blown out by the Atlanta Falcons, and Kirk Cousins struggled against one of the worst defenses in the league besides the Dallas Cowboys. Like we all know the Falcons defense is totally garbage, and they were able to pull off 3 interceptions. It just proves you to how inconsistent Kirk Cousins can be. Like if you can get pressure off of Kirk Cousins and make him throw the ball, you are going to create lots of turnovers. So that's how the Bears can win defensively and offensively. Keep the passing game going. You know, score off turnovers, and pretty much. Hopefully, this new play caller will shed a spark. You know, Laser is not really an offensive genius by no means, but he can't be worse than Matt Nagy. Like, folks, at least Bill Lazor has a very good run game. Okay, he hasn't. I know he was on the Bengals and really didn't do much, but I think they were a pretty decent team in 2018 until Andy Dalton got hurt. I think they were a pretty decent team until Dalton got hurt. You know, at the end of the day, they started off 4-1. You know. All right, let me get into my score predictions. And folks, I know I'm gonna get hate from this. You know, I can already see 5 dislikes on this video right now and a bunch of salty Vikings fans. I actually predict the Bears to win by a score of 21-19. All right, I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. I know I'm gonna get questions saying, "Are you high? Are you stupid? Are you smoking shit? Are you high?" Folks, at the end of the day, the Vikings are not gonna beat the Bears. Okay. All right. And by no means the Bears should lose this game. If they do, then the season's over. Okay. This is gonna have to mean something. Okay. And plus, Vikings fans, it's nothing personal, man. It's nothing personal. You just are not that good. Okay. Yeah, you've been on a 2-game winning streak, but at the end of the day, you have to look at it from the facts. You know, the Vikings aren't shit. Kirk Cousins has shown he could be inconsistent sometimes, but that's my score prediction, 21-19. And the last play will be a defensive stop, like it has always. Maybe we can blow them out. Would be nice, but we're not that offense. We're not that high-powered offense. But anyway, that's all. Please go subscribe. As always, my name is Michael, and I approve this message.